Ladies and gentlemen, we are here with Community Cup number 16. I'll be your host for today, as I always have been, and as I always will be. Now, if we take a look at these racers here today, we do have a couple bads, a couple awfuls, actually only one awful, and then everybody else is going to be at normal or above. This is going to be the last, but not least, Community Cup where before all these big changes take place. So if you weren't able to make it to this one, be sure to start tuning in from here on out on Tuesdays. But today we have in our number 3 position now. Okay, so we playing favorites, huh? Y'all trying to get some brownie points, huh? Okay, I see y'all. We've got at the number 3 favorite position, we've got Kanoko's Tokai Teo. At the number 2 spot, we got Horion's Tokai Teo. I see y'all. Yeah, I see y'all. And then at the number 1 spot, we've got Curiously's Mihono Bourbon. Now let's see, we have we got 2 fronts here. Okay, so it may not be as terrible as expected. We are gonna be here at the Sapporo 2,000 meter turf. This is a technical 2,000 meter with slopes, with pacing and stamina management are the keys to winning here today. Now, just because those are the keys doesn't mean that everybody got their keys with them. They probably left them in their lockers and they said, hey, I'm out here trying to run. I don't need no keys jangling in my pockets, if they even got any on their outfits. We're gonna be out here today. We have a dubious Mayano Top Gun wedding version from Cruel. It's gonna be a tough one, but we're gonna see, will the Narita Taishin stay asleep? Will the TM Opera O be out here to cook? Once it gets to the end, only time will tell. However, we do have these 2 front runners running today. Is going to be Silent Suzuka and Mihono Gundam Bourbon that are going to be our runners, setting the pace for the rest of this race. We do have, on top of the 2 Tokai Teos, we do have the 1 Agnes Tachyon, and I believe we already had our Mystifying Murmur from the wedding Top Gun already pop. I could be wrong, but I did see at least 1 debuff hit. We are neck and neck on our 2 front runners, and this Agnes Tachyon is now moving into and now falling back behind the 4th place spot, kind of weaving in and out between that 3rd, 4th place. The Mayano Top Gun wedding is going to be going ahead and moving on up just a little bit with about 1,000 meters left in this race. Gundam Bourbon is going to be in number 1 spot. The sleeping lion has awoken. Now, does that mean anything? Or is she just going to be there just kind of stretching and kind of groggy still after that sleep? We're going to find out. We're now in the final leg, and we have Gundam Bourbon leading the race as of right now. So Silent Suzuka may not be able to get her unique off, but that don't matter when it comes to this bride Top Gun, because she's going to be cooking in her own right. As we round this corner, we have that Gundam Bourbon still in the lead. 400 meters left to go. Everybody's starting to run and gun after the Gundam Bourbon. The Mayano Top Gun is coming out of nowhere. She's pulling ahead, trying to get into that 1st place. Tokai Teo right behind. It's a 3-way split. I don't know who it is. Teo or it was either Teo or the bride. I don't know who it was, but let me tell you. Oh my goodness. By the nose. By the nose. If your nose is just a little bit long. If your nose is just a little bit longer. Ooh. Oh no, not my tail. What do you mean? It was by the nose. Shaking my head. We do have at that number 5 spot, Kunoko's Tokai Teo. Definitely no favoritism at all. I would never. At the 4th place spot, we've got RD Gamer's Grass Wonder. Shout out to RD Gamer. It is his birthday. What a great way to start out the B day. Coming in at that number 3 spot, we've got Curiously's Mihono Bourbon. Juicer Bourbon here. The old Gundam Bourbon. Coming in at that number 2 spot, rigged is Horion's Tokai Teo. Ooh, look at that. Would you look at that? And then coming in at that number 1 spot is Cruel's Mayano Top Gun. GG's. We're gonna be back with the next group momentarily. Ladies and gents, we're back with the next group for the same track. Despite what you see on your screen, surely it's not rigged. I'm not the only one with it. And just because it's a YouTuber that got it, don't mean nothing. Surely this is not the revenge of the YouTubers. I'm just saying, don't look at me. Now, another thing that you may notice is that it's raining in the background. That's crazy. We already got rain in our first race. I love it. Now, for this race, coming in at the number 3 spot, we have Galga's Gold Ship. Coming in at the number 2 spot, we got Choco Koniski's Oguri Cap. And coming in at the number 1 spot, we've got my Megiddo McQueen. Now, this McQueen was the McQueen that I used for the Gemini Cup. Now, I do know that that is an overkill on the stamina, but maybe she is able to do something here today. We do have a paid actor for this room, but we'll have more people coming in on the following races. This is going to be a tumultuous time for our runners today. Not only is it raining, but it's a relatively long track. 2,000 meters, not too terrible, but not that easy at the same time. They're going to have to use their skills and their strategies to come out as the top racer for today. Now, who's going to be able to pull it off? Will it be a front runner? Will it be this Tokai Teo anime version, or will it be somebody else? That's what we're going to find out today. Now, we do have 2 Gundam Bourbons that are going to be racing against my Megiddo McQueen. She's going to be a front runner. Now, is she going to be able to cook? Only time will tell, because I don't know what her wit is looking like. But she is going to run right into the back of one of the other Gundam Bourbons, and it is going to be cooked for me. As we're rounding this first corner, we do have Oguri Cap, followed by a little tie between the anime Teo and Agnes Tachyon. We do have a little close-up on the dispatcher, who is going to be our paid actor. Thankfully, she's in the very back, so nothing is going to go too crazy there. 1,200 meters left to go, and this gold ship is already pushing, which makes me very nervous for the rest of our racers. Oguri Cap is trying to make her way as well. We do have 1 Gundam Bourbon who is much further ahead compared to me and the other Bourbon. Anime Teo's on the outer lanes, has very aggressive positioning, while this gold ship is also going to be towards the inner lanes, but she's just bobbing and weaving through. She don't even care. Under 600 meters, we're in the final leg, and she's already taking off like a rocket ship, trying to get to the moon. Even with the Roy D Dominator, it ain't slowing her down one bit. If anything, I swear she sped up. She's gonna gap everybody else in this race. It's now a race for second place between Oguri Cap and Grass Wonder. Gold ship, absolute domination. It ain't even close. It looked like 5 lengths. Let's move it on to the next one. Woo! That was disgusting. This gold ship, man, putting in the work. Oh my days. What do we got here? What do we got here? Wow, dispatcher beat 3 of us. Dispatcher beat the 3 fronts. Yo, front is cooked. Front is not a real position. That is insane. Coming in at that number 5 spot, we've got D'Artagnan's anime Tokai Teo. Coming in at the number 4 spot, we've got Lucky's Agnes Tachyon. Coming in at the number 3 spot, we've got Roy D's Grass Wonder. Coming in at the number 2 spot, we got Choco Koniski's Oguri Cap. And coming in at the number 1 spot, we've got Galga's by a country mile Gold Ship. Woo! Absolute cooked. My GG's. We'll be back with our next race momentarily. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with the next race in Community Cup number 16. We are here with group number B, and as you can see, they do not have the best of mood in that middle of the pack area. I mean, goodness gracious. One thing that I do want to say is we do have a sprint Tokai Teo. I mean, it's like they just trying to get some brownie points, little extra points. They trying to slide some points under the table into the Google Sheet. And let me tell you, no comments. So we're going to be here today. Coming in with the number 3 favorite is going to be Feast Mihono Bourbon. So we got another Gundam Bourbon on this track as well. We do have Yotz's Curren Chan coming in as the number 2 favorite. And then coming in as the number 1 favorite, it's going to be Curiously's Sakura Bakashin O. Now, I will say that this track was bought out by Curiously. This is going to be the Niigata 1000 meter straight. Now this is going to be a pure dash down the straight. The fastest legs win. There are no tricks. There are no turns. There's no nothing. You get out that gate and you just go. And that's what we are hoping to see from these racers today. I'm sure that not many people were ready for this, but if you come to the streams and you see the purchases with the Twitch points, you would know Niigata race was here today. And when it comes to these straight, oh, we even got a late start. When it comes to these straights, especially the sprint ones, they're going to be quick, so don't blink because you will miss it. Now, on the outer lanes, we do have Gundam Bourbon and Sakura Bakashin O pushing up very quickly. Curren Chan is trying to take the lead as well, but I mean, even these front runners, everything is so clumped together, it's so hard to see what's going to happen. We've got Curren Chan, we've got Air Groove just randomly out in the front. I don't even know how, I don't even know why. We got Curren Chan flying through the universe, gonna try and take first place. But let me tell you, you can fly, you can soar, but you might be a little snore because you ain't even pushing up into that first place. Let me not speak badly on you because she just moved into second place with that ultimate. That may be cheating, flying through the universes. She's now moved into first place. This Curren Chan that I was just disgracing to the face. It ain't even close, by the way, because in second place, we got another Curren Chan. King Halo's pushing forward. It's gapping. We just gapping. We are gapping. We are yapping. This Curren Chan said, I'm flying through the universe. You're not finna speak ill on me. My bad. My bad. I didn't know you game like that. I did not know you game like that. I apologize. Holy smokes. That was disgusting. I mean, how do you even combat that? She literally was just there and then took off flying into the universe, came back down, and then doop, zoomed straight in. Absolutely ridiculous. Some may even say redonkulous. Coming into that number 5 spot, we've got Horion's Daiwa Scarlet. Coming in at number 4, we got Yotz's Curren Chan. Coming in at number 3, we've got Recti's King Halo. Coming in at number 2, we got Blay NP's Air Groove. And coming in at the number 1 spot, we've got Cruel's Curren Chan. Now, I will say one thing to take a look at is while the first place to second place was a 3-length lead, we turn around and have by a head, by a neck, by a nose. It was literally that close. And we'll be back with the next group momentarily. Now see, ladies and gentlemen, this is where people would say, it's not rigged. It's not rigged at all. But man, whoo, them moods. I don't know, that's a lot of greats. And I am not one of those. Now, as we saw on the last race, this is going to be so difficult to find your footing and to find your place. Coming in at that number 3 favorite, though, we have Roy D's Sakura Bakushin O. Coming in at the number 2 favorite, we have Butosei's King Halo. And coming in as the number 1 favorite, we have Laguna Zero's Sakura Bakushin O. Now, we saw a Curren take off into space and make it an easy race. Does that mean she's gonna get first place? I don't even know. But what I do know is that we back on the Niigata 1,000 meter turf. So it's gonna be that one straight line down this track. We gonna see what happens from there. We gonna have a couple front runners. We gonna have some pace chasers. Got a little bit of everybody over everywhere type of deal. But with the sprint tracks, it's literally anybody's race. There's not really much time to create a lead and to create a gap and then having to play into that. So maybe with all these pace chasers here, maybe with these front runners, maybe somebody will have a chance. But quite literally, it's just first out the gate. And so right now we do have a Sakura Bakushin O who's going to be juicing into this first place. It looks like there are so many different Sakuras that I cannot tell who is who. We do have a couple Currens that are trying to push as well. It looks like a race between the inner Curren and the inner Sakura Bakushin O, but as we're taking a look down, 400 meters left to go. Curren Chans are pushing up. Sakura Bakushins are pushing up as well. And let me tell you, this is looking like a tough one. We do have a couple debuffs going off left, right, and center. And it's looking like Curren down the middle. It's looking like Air Groove on the outer side. King Halo's surging forward, and she takes the lead and takes the win out of nowhere. Man, I'm telling you, these sprints are so difficult to call because it's everybody neck and neck the entire way. But man, when it came down to it, they came out to play. Goodness gracious. Coming in at the number 5 spot, we've got Galga's King Halo. Coming in at number 4, we got Smash King's Curren Chan. Coming in at the number 3 spot, we've got Kalua's Air Groove. Coming in at number... excuse me, my bad. This is Kalua's Air Groove. Coming in at the number 2 spot, we've got Meifu's Curren Chan. Sheesh. And then coming in at the number 1 spot, we've got Butosei's King Halo. An S long. That is such a random thing to hit. But sure, I'll take it. GG's, we'll be back with our next race momentarily. Ladies and gentlemen, I guess we just go roll with Group B first. So that's what we gonna do. Currently, if we take a look at the moods, I would say it's not too terrible. Cruel is actually getting absolutely destroyed with these moods. But he's still pulling up, and he's showing out. Is he going to be able to continue doing this, or will he finally be stopped? That's what we going to figure out here momentarily. Coming in at the number 3 favorite, we do have Cruel's Smart Falcon. Thank you very much. Sorry about that. We would Notepad Gaming. Coming in at the number 3 favorite, we got Cruel's Smart Falcon. Coming in at the number 2 favorite, we got Curiously's El Condor Pasa. And coming in at the number 1 favorite, we got Feast Smart Falcon. Now, if you go ahead and take a look right here, we do have a Grass Wonder. Now, let me make something very clear. Her name is Grass Wonder, not Dirt Wonder. That's all I'm gonna say. We also have a guest appearance from Daiwa Scarlet. Now, I took a look. Unlike the Grass Wonder, who had a C aptitude, the Daiwa Scarlet actually has an S aptitude in Dirt. So she was actually trained to be here, and so she's going to do her best to perform. Now, when it comes to the Smart Falcon races, everything is determined in the early leg. So that is what we're going to pay attention to as these racers get out these gates. We got one Smart Falcon that already has a late start. Doesn't have any groundwork here. We got one on the outer lane that's pushing forward. Maybe she got groundwork. Maybe she got something else to get off and just go. But she's going to be holding the lead for right now. And she's going to be the one. Oh, we got one on the outer lane that's going to get the lead. And she's going to be the one that gets to use her unique. As we're pulling around the corner, it's going to be Smart Falcon in 1, 2, 3. Now, Condor Passa is going to be moving forward as well. The 2 Smart Falcons are now going to be body blockers because they have already lost their opportunity to be pushing forward. Under 1,000 meters left in the race, and El Condor Passa is already taking her place. She's sitting in third. Ogre Cap is on the outside, trying to get across and get around these Smart Falcons who are just playing blocker at this point. Ogre Cap coming in fourth. Taiki Shuttle on the outer lane to the Ogre Cap is in fifth. Now we have this one Smart Falcon that's out in the front, and she is running for her life. Under 400 meters left to go in the race. We're in the final leg. El Condor Passa, Taiki Shuttle, Ogre Cap, all round in this corner, and they're going to try to push forward as this race goes on. The lead is just too big. Smart Falcon is just too smart, and she is going to claim first place. El Condor 2, Taiki Shuttle 3. That's it. GG. Boy, when it rains, it pours, and when you sleep, you snore. Let me tell you, if you ain't getting first place out the gate as a Smart Falcon, there just is no chance. Coming in at the number 5 spot, we've got Horion's Grass Wonder. Coming in at the number 4 spot, we've got Kunoko's Ogre Cap. Coming in at the number 3 spot, we got Blay NP's Taiki Shuttle. Coming in at the number 2 spot, we've got Curiously's El Condor Passa. And coming in at the number 1 spot, we've got Feast the Beast, Smart Falcon. Coming in at that number 1 spot. That's actually quite a lot of greens. We got Focus, we got Front Savvy. I don't really remember what happened as far as the other greens, but maybe the early lead procced 5 seconds later, which may have procced groundwork. That would be my guess. I'm not 100% sure, but that is what happened. GG's, ladies and gents. We'll be back with the next race momentarily. All right, now let me tell you, this is one. It don't matter what you say. It ain't rigged. Yeah, buddy. Wait, where's Choco? Okay, finally, a race where me and Choco don't have the same mood. However, I bet he was wishing he had the same mood as me. Now, how big will the moods play a factor? We're going to find out here in a minute, but don't let the people sway you. It is never rigged. Coming in at the number 3 favorite is going to be my Smart Falcon. Hopefully, she gets a little bit of screen time, but she may not. Coming in at the number 2 favorite, we've got Choco Koniski's Smart Falcon. And coming in at the number 1 favorite, we've got Butosei's Smart Falcon as well. As you can tell, this is going to be a front-heavy race. We even got an El Condor, and we got a Marozensky here, all ready to rock and roll on this track. We are here at the Kokuda 1700 meter dirt course. This is a dirt race with tricky pacing. Too fast, too early, and you'll gas out before you finish. So hopefully our racers here today are going to have that wit check. You know, we out here wit gaming. Hopefully they don't trip up and they conserve their energy and their stamina for the right moment. Now, I don't believe that my groundwork will proc here. This is my CM3 Uma, so, you know, I'm not expecting too much out of her, but if she's going to be able to push forward, this may be a little bit interesting, but we do have an El Condor Passa on the outer lane who is just zooming out of the gates. Now, this other Smart Falcon is trying to push forward ahead of the El Condor Pasa, but she's just not able to. And this is not going to be looking good for any of these Smart Falcons. She's trying her best to push forward ahead of the El Condor Pasa, but Pasa is not giving up. Those stonks are rising for a reason. Marozensky, 3rd place, but now we have a Smart Falcon who hit the pace up, but she wasn't able to claim 1st place. It is by inches that this Smart Falcon almost took the 1st place, but she had to kind of give some leeway and relinquish that 1st place to the Pasa. Pasa's going to hold on to 1st place. We got Marozinski in 2nd. Smart Falcon trying to fight for 2nd as well. We got Ogre Caps that are on the outside, turning around and trying to zoom as we enter the final leg. But now, Pasa is zooming, and I believe that had to be an angling because she is so far ahead of the other racers. It's not even close. Ogre Cap and Haru Urara are on the outer lanes, pushing forward, and they're saying, get out the way, because we trying to get into that podium position. El Condor Pasa demanding that we take a look at her because she destroyed. I mean, she came out the gate and just, it wasn't even close. It wasn't even close. Once that final leg hit and she just boom, in the 1st place, it wasn't even close. Nobody was even close enough to see her. I'm telling you, the Pasa stonks continue to rise. I don't care what anybody says, the Pasa stonks continue to rise. Choco Konisi coming in at the number 5 spot with the Smart Falcon. We've got Galga's Haru Urara coming in at the number 4 spot. Love to see that. Love to see that. We've got Roy D's Marozensky coming in at the number 3 spot. We've got Laguna Zero's Ogre Cap coming in at number 2. Oh wow, it's crazy. And then we've got Kalua's El Condor Pasa. It don't matter where, it don't matter how. Those stonks are flying to the moon, man. GG's. I wonder if it was outer, sunny, maybe focus. Yeah, I had the angling too. Just took off. That was crazy. GG's. We'll be back with the next group. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here with the next race. If you saw this on stream, I bet you may be chuckling a little bit at the difference, but that's neither here nor there. What is here and what is there is these bad and awful moods. They are not looking great like Blay and P. Now this is going to be an interesting enough race because for right now, coming in at the number 3 spot, we have Feast Megiddo McQueen. At the number 2 spot, we've got Curiously's Daiwa Scarlet. And at the number 1 spot, we have Belfast Gold Ship. Now, one thing that's going to make this interesting is that we are at the Hakodate 2,600 meter turf. This is the Northern Marathon Test, the longest Hakodate race. Stamina all the way. Now, 2,600 in the grand scheme of things is not that long. It is actually on the shorter side of the long. However, that doesn't mean you can get away with just completely ignoring your stamina. So we're gonna see, are the racers here today ready to challenge their stamina and endurance while also maintaining a high level of speed? Unfortunately, so we do have a late start from Cruel's Sayun Sky. She's going to try to push forward to see what she can do, try and play catch up when it comes against the Mayano Top Gun and the Anime McQueen. Now that Bofa, while it did look early, I do believe was still in good time, so it's not the worst Bofa proc that we could see. Now what worries me is the Sayun Sky already kind of fallen a little bit behind. Will she be able to catch up in the race for the front? Coming in the 3, 4, 5 spot, we've got 2 Daiwa Scarlets and an Agnes Tachyon. Then we have our group of the lates and end closers. We've got a Symboli Rudolph, we've got a Narita Taishin, we've got 2 gold chips and a Daiwa Scarlet. Now, why is that Daiwa Scarlet so far back? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. But maybe they're cooking, or maybe they are crooking. Only time will tell. We've got about 1,400 meters left in this race as the swingings, as the professors, and as the tail-held highs are popping off. We are trying to make this work. Now, we do have the Daiwa Scarlet, who is going to be pushing up on that outer lane. Mino Top Gun is already falling behind. Sayun Sky is in second place, but there's about a length and a half between her and the anime McQueen. Daiwa Scarlet is actively trying to push into that second place, and as the final leg hits, it looked like to me, started her spurt, and now she's in second. She's pushing up into the anime McQueen, and the anime McQueen is trying to not give any space. But now Sayun Sky is falling behind more and more, and this other Daiwa Scarlet is trying to push forward. Now, the Daiwa Scarlet that was fighting against the Anime McQueen is pushing ahead, and now she's in first place. Anime McQueen in 2. We got Sayun Sky in 3. Another Daiwa Scarlet's trying to fight her for that third place spot. We got Symboli Rudolph trying to weave her way in, but she's going to sit in 5th. We've got Daiwa Scarlet tremendously taking the lead and winning that first place spot against the Anime McQueen. Now, personally, seeing an Anime McQueen 2, I'll take it. That's not a bad shot by any stretch of the imagination. But coming in 5th place, we do have Blay NP's Daiwa Scarlet. Coming in 4th place, we got Kanoko's Symboli Rudolph. Coming in 3rd place, that Sayun Sky. I mean, hey, she hit 3rd and just rode it all the way home. So 3rd place for this Sayun Sky, not terrible. We've got Feast, Anime McQueen, coming in 2nd place. And then we've got Curiously's Daiwa Scarlet. That rocket just popping off and blasting off into space as the first place winner. GG's, ladies and gents. We'll be back with our next race momentarily. I don't care what they say, it's rigged. When it's rigged, it's rigged. It is rigged. If we're taking a look at these moods, while the general consensus is normal and above, I'm still gonna call rigged. That's just me. You know, I did make the Super Creek. I think I ran the Super Creek just for the fun. But I was like, man, you know, I'd like to see her race, so here she is. Coming into the number 3 spot, we've got Roy D's Daiwa Scarlet. Coming in at the number 2 spot, we've got Draguin's Narita Taishin. And coming in at the number 1 spot, we've got Chokoko Niski's Daiwa Scarlet. Now, will these Daiwa Scarlets be able to replicate the same results that we saw in the previous match? Or will they fall behind? Will they not be able to find their footing and not get that first place? Now, there is only one first place, so it's only going to be for one of these Daiwas if they're going to try to make that happen. But we got a lot of racers here that beg to differ. That was actually kind of funny. I just saw the Narita Taishin like really short next to a tall Super Creek, and I was like, wow, the height difference is something that I never noticed. But let me tell you, I definitely noticed the 97s on my screen. And unfortunate for me, I'm gonna have a late start, but it's gonna be what it's gonna be. We do have a Sayun Sky who is pushing towards the front. She's gonna be setting the pace for this race. These 2 Daiwa Scarlets, I did not get to take a look. I do believe that these Daiwa Scarlets are going to be front runners. We had one TM Opera O who looked like they were pace chasing, and then they just dropped super hard into that late surging area. Now this Sayun Sky has already lost her lead against the 2 Daiwa Scarlets. Will she be able to take it back, or is she going to be sitting in that 3rd place the entire time as well? These two Daiwa Scarlets are trying to fight for that first place spot with about 1,800 meters left to go in this race. However, the one that is in the lead right now is holding her position. When we take a look at the back of the pack, though, we do have several gold ships. We've got a couple TM Opera O's, a Narita Taishin, as well as a Bride Top Gun. Now, as we're rounding this corner, thankfully, we gonna get my unique off from my Super Creep. So hopefully, she's gonna have enough stamina to finish this race because she's got about 800 and some change on a 2,600 meter long. Under 1,200 meters left to go in the race. We still do have that same 1, 2, 3 of the Daiwa Scarlets. Third place going to be that same Sky. However, my Super Creek is going to be pushing forward just a little bit, but that Escape Artist is going to keep the lead for now on that same Sky. These gold ships are not moving forward by any stretch of the imagination. We're under 800 meters left to go, and the final leg is started. Now, everybody, just as I say it, is starting to zoom ahead. Everybody's hit that spurt, and they are running, and they are gunning. These Narita Taishins ain't playing around as they are trying to make their way into the upper podium limits. Daiwa Scarlet sitting in 1. Is she going to be able to hold because she's already used her unique? So now these Narita Taishins, they are not backing down from the challenge. One of them runs straight into Daiwa Scarlet. I wish it should have been me. The other one says, let me take that first place, and just zooms on by. I'm telling you, that's the thing with Taishin. If you don't got your eyes on her, she's just gonna bob and weave her way through the crowd and just take a high podium spot randomly. Just randomly. It's ridiculous. I actually lost by a neck to a gold ship. Very unfortunate for me, but hey, I'll take the 6th place. That's totally fine. Coming in 5th place, though, we do have Techie's gold ship. In that number 4 spot, we've got Kalua's gold ship. Coming in at number 3, so unfortunate, Choco Koniski's Daiwa Scarlet. So you mean to tell me that one Narita Taishin ran right into the back of Daiwa Scarlet and then kind of scooped around to steal 2nd place? That's wild. D'Artagnan's Narita Taishin coming in number 2, the 2nd place. And then at the number 1 spot, we've got Draguin's Narita Taishin. Man, Narita Taishin songs, man, that's one character that I wish I pulled early on. Her stonks have been rising so slowly, but they have always been on the rise. GG's, ladies and gents. We'll be back with our last qualifying race very soon. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with our last qualifying race for group number B. Man, Cruel can't catch a break. He's been getting horrible mood. He's been getting late starts. It is tough to be him. Now we do have, wow. Okay. Literally 2 awfuls and 2 bads. Oh man, this is gonna be scary. We are ass gaming on this Smart Falcon. And that is probably why she is in an awful mood. Coming in at the number 3 favorite, we do have Curiously's Seiyun Sky. Coming in at the number 2 favorite, we've got Belfast Ogre Cap. Coming in at the number 1 favorite, we've got Yotz's Seiyun Sky as well. Now we will be here at the Fukushima 1,800 meter turf, a shorter tactical course that bends with force. A shorter tactical course with bends that force smart positioning. Reading is hard, ladies and gents. Now, I do want to give a massive shout out to those who are participating, to those who showed up and showed out. I appreciate y'all being here. I could never do this without y'all. This is the Community Cup that's typically hosted on Tuesdays around that 10:30-ish p.m. Central Time. here at twitch.tv/Tuglow and LOL Tuglow OP on the YouTube. Now, as we start this race, the front runners are going to be trying to take their place. Currently, we've got a race against, oh, that same Sky on the inner rail did get blocked, just ran straight into the El Condor Pasa. Pasa is going to take the lead. I was hoping that the outer lane Same Sky was going to be able to do something and maybe contend for first spot, but El Condor Pasa, those stonks, I'm telling you, they continue to rise. Now, we do have a couple pace up checks that this Same Sky is hitting, but she's just not able to overtake this El Condor Pasa. This El Condor Pasa is fighting for dear life. We have so many front runners, and they have all fallen out of the race. Maybe they're going to be good enough to be a blocker, but these end closers and these late surgers are starting to hit that outer lane positioning because they see what's ahead, and they said, we don't want no part of this. This Saiyan Sky with 600 meters left in the race just barely takes first place as they go into the final leg and just hits that fishing rod and zooms ahead, way ahead of the pack. I mean, nobody is even close. At this point in time, we are fighting for second place the way that this race is going out. Saiyan Sky commandingly takes number 1. Gold Chip looks like it's going to be in 2. I don't even know who's going to hit 3. It looked like Saiyan Sky and then maybe somebody on the inner lane. Maybe a Vodka. I could be blind. That was the color that it looked like. But I mean, man, that race wasn't even close. That race wasn't even close. Ladies and gents. Oh my goodness. Coming in at that number 5 spot, we've got Horion's Taiki Shuttle. Coming in at number 4, we've got NPCs Wodka. At number 3, we've got Yotz's Seiun Sky. At number 2, we've got The Fool's Gold Ship. And at number 1, we've got Curiously's Seiun Sky. GG's will tally up this for group number B, and we'll see who gets to make it into the finals of the ever-famous Twitchers versus YouTubers. We'll be back with our last qualifying race. Don't go anywhere. Ladies and gents, the last group for the qualifying race. And you know, I feel like this is just a mix of everything. I will say one thing to note is look at how many late surgers we have in this race. It almost feels like everybody wants to take a gamble on can they get 6th place to pump some iron and just take off zooming. Coming in that number, really, I, with my Ogre cap, am the number 3 favorite. I disagree, but sure. Coming in at the number 2 favorite, we've got D'Artagnan's Wodka. Coming in at the number 1 favorite, we've got Butosei's Curren Chan. Now, with this race, we have so many late surgers. So we have a lot of people fighting for that 6th place spot because they want to activate that pump some iron and get it going into the final leg. So that way they can turn around and say, hey, I'm here, I'm chilling, and then just take off against the rest of the racers. So that 6th place position is the spot that we'll be looking at closely just to see who gets it and who doesn't. That doesn't take away from our front runners, though. A Same Sky is always scary, especially if she builds a lead big enough before these late and end closers kind of catch up and make the race spicy. Now, as this race starts, about 1,600 meters left, we do have that fight for first place between Same Sky and Silent Suzuka. However, Suzuka looks like she's going to take the lead on this one, and Same Sky is going to try to fight her best, but it does look like she's going to give that first place to the Silent Suzuka and let her roll. Behind them, we're going to have my Ogre Cap and a Curren Chan, and then behind them, we have the rest of the pack. We've got all the late surgers, and we have everybody all these vodkas, the Grass Wonders, we've got a Narita Taishin, Megid Orion, even an El Condor Pasa, the fantasy one. As the race progresses, though, the Silent Suzuka has given up her lead, and Seiyun Sky is now our first place runner. My Oguri Cap is going to be pushing forward, as well as the rest of these vodkas. Now, in that 6th place spot, we do have a vodka. I just don't know which one. As we continue into the final leg, we do get hit by a dazzling disorientation, but this Seiyun Sky has taken off and running for her life because all the late surgers and day grandmamas are pushing forward. Now, if you take a look, in the middle of the pack is a Narita Taishin, and she is bobbing and weaving very stealthily through the pack. So take a look at her once the screen focuses. And there she is. There she is. Look, there she goes. 1-2 vodka. Oh, I take that back. I take that back. That wasn't a 1-2 vodka. I think that was a 1 vodka, 2 Grass Wonder, 3 vodka. Because that Grass Wonder came in out of nowhere. I could be wrong, but that's what it looked like at the very end. That's what it looked like at the very end. Coming in at that number 5 spot, I barely take a 5 with the Oguri Cap, and I will take it. At number 4, we've got Choco Koniski's Narita Taishin. At number 3, we do have Galga's Vodka. At number 2, we do have Draguin's Grass Wonder, making miracles happen out here on the track. And at number 1, we've got Smash King's Vodka as well. GG's, ladies and gents. We will have our last race of the night. The legendary, famous Twitchers versus YouTubers. Don't go anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the finals. This is the Twitchers versus YouTubers. Now, I will say, I was not part of this race, and typically, we let Cruel choose the final track, but because he's participating, I chose for this race. And let me tell you, I ain't even gonna lie to you. I rigged this race as much as possible. I took a look at who used what characters. I took a look at what tracks were available to me. And then I turned around and said, you know what? This is it. And so we are here on a dirt sprint, aka so many people were not prepared for this. And the reason for doing this is because we have, as of right now, the biggest Twitch point bet on the line. 120k points. I think it's 62 for the Twitchers to win and 58 for the YouTubers to win. So this is going to be a juicy one. This is going to be a spicy one. And you know what? I had to make it a sprint because the bigger the gamble, the better the RNG. So let's take a look at who we have here today. We have Cruel on Smart Falcon with the Great Mood. He's going to be a Twitcher. We've got Marzensky. We've got Kalua on the Marzensky with the Awful Mood. This is going to be a YouTuber. We've got Choco Koniski's Taiki Shuttle with the Normal Mood. This is a YouTuber. Curiously's Taiki Shuttle with the Normal Mood is going to be a Twitcher. Horion's Haru Urara with the Great Mood. Always great mood when there is a Haru. This is going to be a Twitcher as well. We've got Draguin's Taiki Shuttle with Normal. This is going to be a Twitcher. We've got Smash King's Taiki Shuttle with a Bad Mood. He's going to be a YouTuber. We've got Feast Haru Urara with the Normal Mood. Of course, Feast the Beast, a YouTuber. We've got Galga's Taiki Shuttle with Awful. He's going to be a Twitcher. And Belay NP's Haru Urara with Awful as well. He is also going to be a Twitcher. So we've got 6 Twitchers and 4 YouTubers and 1 Camera Uma. That is gonna be me. Now, like I said, I rigged this as much as I possibly could because I don't want there to be a clear winner. And I think I succeeded. So coming in at the number 3 favorite, we have Cruel's Smart Falcon. Coming in at the number 2 favorite, we have Draguin's Taiki Shuttle. And coming in at the number 1 favorite, we have Feast Haru Urara. Now, I think I've seen Feast Haru Urara win a couple times. So, you know, she definitely has a chance here. She definitely has a chance here. But we are here at the Hanshin 1,400 meter dirt sprint track. A non-standard distance, a dirt track, a sprint, all the things to make RNG even better. You're not going to make a massive lead. You're not going to have so much room in between. People are going to get blocked. People are going to get ran over. People are going to get passed by. And that is what I want to see. So, don't blink, don't miss it. I'm going to do my best to not do the same. Coming out of the gates, we do have so many Taiki shuttles taken off. And we do have a Smart Falcon and a Maruzensky as well, all trying to fight for that first place position. We do have our Haru Uraras who are going to be late surging. Looks like maybe a couple of these are going to be end closers. Can't really tell. We do have that Smart Falcon who is going to be the queen of this dirt track. She is going to hold her own in that number 1 spot. Maruzensky is falling down slowly but surely. Those old legs can't keep up. We do have so many Taiki shuttles here that are trying to do their best to pop off. But as we're getting closer, 600 meters left in this race, they use their ultis, and let me tell you, it is just a little too early. They are not proccing it at the great time that they could. 400 meters left, we're in the final leg, and this Smart Falcon is holding strong. She is in first place, and it looks like she's going to keep her spot. Will she, though? Because we have some Taiki shuttles, we have some Haru Uraras who are trying to push forward, but it looks like, at the end of the day, there is only one way, and that is Smart Falcon. Oh, man. Now, who's gonna take it? Who's gonna take it? I don't know who had the Smart Falcon. I don't know who had the Smart Falcon, but we gonna make it to where y'all can't even see it either. Yeah, we gonna make it juicy. We gonna make it spicy. Yeah, buddy. So coming in at number 10, we've got Kalua on a Maruzensky, a YouTuber. We've got number 9, Smash King Taiki Shuttle, a YouTuber. And number 8, we've got Galgas Taiki Shuttle, a Twitcher. At number 7, we've got Curiously's Taiki Shuttle, another Twitcher. Oh, this ain't looking good for us. At number 6, we got Feast Haru Urara. This is a YouTuber. This ain't looking good. At number 5, we've got Horion's Haru Urara at number 5. At number 4, oh, this is getting spicy. We've got Draguin's Taiki Shuttle. He is a Twitcher. Oh no. At number 3, we've got Choco Koniski's Taiki Shuttle. Have I named 4 YouTubers? I don't know. And coming in at the number 1 spot, we have Cruel Smart Falcon. Oh man, dude. Oh, that is insane. That is so, dude. No, the Twitchers. Ah, that's crazy. Then coming in at the 2nd place, we've got Blay NP's Haru Urara. Blay NP also is a Twitcher, but I mean, hey, what can you do when the odds are stacked against you? The Twitchers take a win. But I'll tell you this. Hey, man, the YouTubers, y'all are out here. I see y'all. This is Cruel's Smart Falcon. We got Front Runner. We probably have... Yeah, that's probably the only thing that happened. I don't even know what this is. I don't think this procced. I know Sapporo didn't. I mean, really and truly, I did the best that I could to rig it. And you know what? I am satisfied with these results. So at the end of the day, this was Community Cup number 16, presented and brought to you by me, yours truly. This was live streamed at twitch.tv/Tuglow and LOL Tuglow OP on YouTube. If you want to participate in the upcoming Community Cups, we're going to be having a different rules and different regulations starting from the upcoming Community Cup and going forward. So these are going to be very difficult. You're good if you are getting like top 3 consistently, best of luck. But if you want to come in as a newcomer and show these people what's up, do your thing. This was live streamed around 10:30, 11 p.m. Central Time. So if it is later in the night, I do apologize. But if you're able to make it out here and do it up, let's get her done. Thank y'all for the participants who are here that were able to make this possible. I really do appreciate y'all. And for those who are watching potentially on YouTube, thank y'all for watching the future video as well. Hope y'all enjoyed this one, and we'll be back with the next Community Cup 17 in the future. Peace.